to short. Dent's got it. Throws. It's over. And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions.
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 59 of York Revolution Baseball. Game 2 today in this day-night doubleheader as the Revs and Somerset Patriots will do it again. The Revs a big win earlier, 3 in a row now, in fact, and looking to make it 4 straight, which would tie a season best. Welcome back, everyone. Daryl Henry alongside Michael Mark Antonini. Welcome to Revs Baseball. A hot night here on the final day of the month of June. Final game of June. And the Revs coming off a 4-0 win in Game 1 today. Now 30-28. Winners of 3 straight. Somerset trying to sew up a first-half Liberty Division title, but they've now dropped 3 in a row, falling to 31-26, losing the first 2 here in York. And their magic number remains at 4 to clinch that Liberty Division first-half title. If you weren't with us earlier, the story early was Jonathan Sanchez, the Major League veteran, making his Revs debut. Sanchez ready. And he'll try it again. Fires. And a swing and a miss. He strikes out the side in the first inning in his Revs debut. Strikes out Rodriguez swinging and goes 1-2-3 with 3 strikeouts in his first inning here in York. What a start for the big league vet.
Sanchez working quickly on the mound, takes the sign from Diaz. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, slider low in the zone, another strikeout for Jonathan Sanchez. 9 up, 9 down through the first 3 frames. He has 5 strikeouts.
He could not have been much better. Allowed only an infield hit in 4 scoreless innings, walked none, struck out 6. Offensively, the Revs took control early with 3 in the second, and it was some of the younger guys at the bottom of the order starting in Game 1 who had the big hits. First and third, 1 out. First pitch is lined to left center field. That's in the gap for King. Going all the way back to the wall. Cuevas scores. Dent being set, and there's no relay. It's dropped. Nick King jumps on the first pitch. A 2-run double to left center, and he's got his first home hit, an RBI, his second total with the Revs. This one a double, and they lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. School in the U.S. Pitch is taken the other way. Base hit Diaz in his first at bat. King around third, and Pacioli just tosses into the infield. King scores, and it's 3-0. Roger Diaz, an RBI single the other way in his first Revolution at bat, and they've got the baseball for him. It is a 3-0 Revs lead. Jose Cuevas would add an RBI single in the 5th inning, and after Sanchez went 4, Dominic Severino got back on the hill with 2 scoreless. Ricardo Gomez closed it out. Revs got the 600th win in the coaching or managerial careers of Mark Mason and Noel Polanco being on staff together. 600th regular season win for those two as a member of the staff going back to 2010 when they joined. And Michael, it was a great performance in Game 1. The Revs have Somerset coming in on this homestand, then Sugar Land. Right now, this Revs team is a tough out as they are trying to build some momentum going toward their own second half.
It's great to see them doing this late in the first half, even though their first half chances are gone. But look, this is going to be a long season, and the Revs are going to be in it in the thick of things down towards the middle of September into early September during the stretch run because of the way they're playing right now. And if they can keep that up and guys get healthy, who knows where this team could be in just a few weeks. I mean, it's baseball. Things can happen quickly, and things have proven they can happen quickly in this league. So you can't count the Revs out. Even though they're out of the first half, there's still a lot of baseball left.
Well, tonight in Game 2, it'll be Mitch Atkins looking for a 5th consecutive victory. He's been great of late. 4-3 the record for him. Right-hander Trevor Foss goes for Somerset 2-4 with an ERA of 4.60. Coming up on the pregame, we had part one of an interview with Mitch Atkins at Long Island earlier this week after his most recent start, which was an absolute gem. We've got part two of that conversation coming up, talking about life back home in Brown Summit, North Carolina, and some of his experiences at the big league level, including what his first day at Wrigley was like as a member of the Cubs. We'll hear from Mace coming up here shortly as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30 here in downtown York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Daly Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Daly Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE Law.com.
Presley Ridge believes that strong families are the foundation for strong communities. With compassionate and caring professionals, Presley Ridge offers individual, child, and family therapy in addition to foster care and other in-community services. To learn more about Presley Ridge and their impact on families right here in our community, visit presleyridge.org or call 717-845-6624. That's 717-845-6624.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Getting set for Game 2 of the doubleheader tonight. Mitch Atkins starting the second game, and like we said, part 2 of our interview with Mitch. If you missed part 1, we will upload the entire thing to our SoundCloud account for WOYK. That's available on the new WOYK app as well. That'll be up later tonight. But part 2 of our conversation with Mitch, we pick it up asking him about his memories of his first day on the mound at Wrigley as a member of the Cubs, coming up through their system. He got the call up and making his major league debut, what it was like the first time he looked around on the mound in that historic ballpark.
Talking about rough travel days, that was probably one of the worst travel days I ever had because I almost missed my flight to Chicago. We went to that was back in the day, so it was before your smartphones. So we had a Garmin GPS, and it sent us to 2 different airports. I won the right one, and so I was having a mild panic attack. Finally on the flight, and then it was a day game, I think, and I was, jelly legs, and all I can remember was just telling myself to throw strikes. And that's all I was focusing on, that's probably the biggest thing. You just keep it simple,
I've heard that they've renovated it so much recently. Back then, was it kind of cramped? And I mean, did you appreciate it for what it was, being a historic ballpark?
I mean, Wrigley's a beautiful place. I mean, the atmosphere is awesome, and it feels it's a smaller feeling park compared to the newer ones, where the newer ones are 2-3 stories high, but Wrigley's on top of you, and you can definitely tell it's an older ballpark, especially when you're walking to the dugout. You barely can fit 2 people in the tunnel that's going to the dugout. So I mean, it's got its charm, and that's the reason it's one of the best places to play.
What was your favorite one? Is that maybe at the top of the list?
I would say Wrigley was pretty cool. Just the historic part, and then I had a really good game in Texas, so I would have to put that up there at the top too.
Yeah, that's your Orioles debut, right?
It was my Orioles debut, and that was kind of the 2 different ballparks. Take it in there, when you look up, all you see is the stands, and Wrigley's the complete opposite. So 2 different worlds.
Well, you being from Brown Summit, North Carolina, what's your hometown like for those of us that, like me, have never been there?
Brown Summit is not really a town. It's more like an area. So you have Greensboro is like the main city, and we're about 20 minutes outside of downtown, and a lot of rural area, a lot of farmland. I grew up on 25 acres and live on about 38 right now.
Okay.
So I'm like in the kind of the sweet spot where I can get away from the city and just close enough to everything and just far enough to feel some peace and quiet at night.
Yeah. Do you actually do farming on your spread there?
No, I do not do any farming. We have some good friends that have a produce farm that we help out with. Mostly just the land. We just kind of, some people do a little hunting, but I'm more of a golfer, so if I got free time, I'm on the golf course.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you spend your time away from baseball. Is that the main thing?
Yeah, when I'm at home, I like to spend time with my family, my brothers, golf as much as I can. That's probably the two things I do.
What do you shoot?
If I'm not playing a bunch, I shoot in probably the mid, upper 80s. If I'm starting to play a little while, I can get it down to low 80s.
Nice.
I broke 80 once, so.
Once more than I have. When you were growing up in North Carolina, who were like favorite teams or even maybe individual players that you followed?
I was a big Braves fan, so everybody in the Southwest and the TBS, or TNT. The Braves were a Southeast team, and I grew up in the 90s, so they were pretty much one of the best teams in the 90s. And you had Maddox and Glavine, Smoltz. I was a Chipper fan and a Maddox